Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. Today we're going for a Lumeris economic victory, is the goal. I think we have a pretty good grasp of most of the economic systems now. This game is less about learning new mechanics and more about stretching what we've already learned, seeing how far it will go before it breaks. So obviously trading companies are going to be really important. I think we need to make sure that we make a beeline for those. Maybe not a beeline, because they're in the third tier, right? So we probably want to pick up some science stuff first. Let's watch the cinematic.
The families have disagreements.
That's why we have codes.
To work together. You don't steal the fish from somebody else's plate.
The second he walked in, I knew the kid was different. He'd take risks. Break the rules that tied my hands. But he ignores the codes. Goes overboard.
And dust, powerful stuff.
No personal use.
So we collect it, invest it.
And he misuses dust.
Complaints get handled here.
Not in back alleys.
Applies, shall we say, unnecessary force. Maybe he knows dust, but I know the families. And I need both of those to take the galaxy.
That's really neat. There's something about the horns in that music that reminds me of, I don't think it's The Godfather exactly, but there's a certain kind of like jazzy crime film. That's really cool. The development, all of those cutscenes and a lot of the story development stuff in this game is really good. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so we play as a very confident fish lady. Am I a fish lady, or what's my deal?
Families have ruled the Lumeris
Frog lady?
for generations, always finding uneasy alliances in their shared desire for dust. Nothing else upon the blue world of Genis is quite as wonderful as buying low and selling high. Trade, investment, and negotiation are their lifeblood. As the current head of the families who ruled the Lumeris from the shadows, it is time for you to go out and harvest the galaxy's wealth.
Okay, so we're trying to use this this young upstart in our organization as a way of sort of working outside the system to, I guess, squeeze the other families out while also taking over the galaxy? I mean, it sounds good to me. This is our dude, Yelchin. What is your deal, Yelchin? He's a pacifist? Yeah, he doesn't look like a pacifist. Okay, so what's the... I assume dust? Interestingly, no. Influence in food. Or industry and food. And industry... Okay, that's quite a lot of dust. But only on hot planets. Okay. So we like hot planets, we also like fertile planets. Our population, which I saw in the beginning screen, our base unit of population is +4 dust on fertile, +1 dust on anything else. But we started with a unit of these guys. I guess we pay them and they do our violence for us. Works for me. So our core world actually is not... Well, it's fertile. Fertile's most important. Hot is only important for our heroes, I guess. What else is up? He's got... oh, he's a seeker, so he's got the science thing. Okay, so we definitely want this dude governing quickly. Yeah, we'll do the standard thing. Put him on our probes. Or put him on our scout ship probe stuff. Let's take a quick look at our traits. So, first of all, we use dust to colonize instead of colony ships, and we can negotiate and trade outposts with diplomacy. I cannot imagine a reason that I would want to sell an outpost. No, that's not true. I immediately imagined one. I guess if we have a system, if we have an outpost in a system where the AI is definitely also going to get an outpost, we could sell our outpost instead of just losing it. Although I suppose if we can find far-flung systems early and then use dust to just buy a colony. Because if we don't need colony ships, then they don't have to be close to us, right? So we just buy colonies and then flip them to whoever's nearby, because we would never want to maintain the colony there anyway. Because trade companies are going to be so important, we definitely want our empire to all be contiguous. Okay, there's some possibilities here. We start with some Neshest. Our trade routes cannot be blockaded by opponents in Cold War. Okay, so I guess we don't need to be contiguous. We just get plus 20 approval on all of our systems, really? All the time? That seems pretty okay. Plus 1 probe stock on exploration ships. And we start with off-world agribusiness and rare earth foams, which is not a great tech. But it's on the way to some pretty good techs. Alright, so let's do this. We'll start here. Tundra, ice, and toxic worlds. Not a lot of fertile planets in our home system. Right, and we start with 2 explorers. So we have no unexplored curiosities. Okay. I think I can only assign heroes to fleets that are orbiting my systems. So I guess let's just pick one of these and throw him on there. I don't think we can afford to wait. You can unassign from a fleet that's orbiting any system, but I think you can only assign on one of yours. This, being out here toward the edge of the galaxy, is probably totally safe. So let's explore out this way first. Okay, it's a good start, I guess. Which one is this? This is, okay, this is the plus 10 everything one. I gotta say, I don't love... So what's the population cap on this planet? It's fairly high. Oh, yeah. Good call. Good call, video game. Let's make some tech. I have a source of Hyperium. Economic buildings do not generally require resources, right? Yeah, it looks like. We know that science buildings eventually end up requiring... Oh, you know what? It doesn't show the cost of the building here. Because, like, this building definitely requires antimatter. So, I guess we don't know if the higher level economic buildings require stuff, and I don't remember. Okay, eventually we get access to a tech that converts 75% industry to dust. That's a pretty good conversion rate. Alright, well, let's go for xenolinguistics because the xeno-industrial infrastructure building is really good. And we'll get over to plasma metallurgy, you know, eventually. Wait, do I want to go to xenobiology? Like, we need that building. And it'll make it a lot cheaper to pick up xenolinguistics afterward. Okay, so how much dust do you reckon it's gonna be to take a colony? Or to build a colony? We're probably gonna have to figure this out and end up producing a lot of dust very quickly. So what do we got here? An already colonized tundra world, and then a bunch of gas planets. What a crummy system. Now let's explore this. These guys will like that. Okay, projectile damage enhancer, pretty cool. And we don't use influence to bribe, we use money. That is much better after the very early game, but for now I think maybe worse, actually. That said, if we do this, yeah, this will be enough to get them to the first level of giving us stuff. These guys are warmongers. Double infantry troops in ground battles. That's an okay trait. Honestly, it would not break my heart if we got through this whole game without ever fighting a battle. Oh, hey, speaking of which, pacifism. Let's go look at the... What's our deal? Plus 15% all resources per empires at peace. Plus 30% all resources per empires in alliance. What? That seems like an incredibly powerful law. Wow, that's good. Okay, what's our other deal? Plus 20% dust output per luxury deposit on systems and extra luxuries from our luxury deposits. Okay. Yeah, the Pacifist Party seems bananas. Okay. Okay. Do we want to jack up the tax rate? Probably. Right now, this has a very small effect on our happiness, and relatively a pretty large effect on our dust. Okay, here we go. Colonizable worlds, lots of curiosities. This is interesting. I might even not have this guy explore any of these. So let's go here. It's got more industry. It's 220. It's a little harsh. And I assume each one is more expensive than the last. Okay, this stuff functions the same for these guys as it does for everybody else. I think I'm gonna have this guy not explore any of these, and just keep looking around. And I'm gonna recall our hero because this is a huge number of anomalies or of curiosities. We can get a lot of XP off of this, and then we'll transfer him into. I want to get him governing as quickly as possible. So we're just gonna kind of go out toward the center of the galaxy for now. See if we can. Figure out where the other players are. We want to get some peace treaties going, like, basically as quickly as possible, because our starting law is incredibly powerful, but currently doing nothing for us. So we need to meet the neighbors, and hope that they're not cravers. If we end up next to a craver player, that's actually really interesting, because we'll want to fight, obviously. Okay, that's 150. Lumeris. They are temperate haymakers. Okay, that's an interesting faction trait. I like that a lot. Let's not bribe them just yet, because I want to accelerate the growth of our colony first. All right. I chewed Arden out after that fiasco. He managed to upset all three of the other families. Oh, Arden is not... Okay, the guy in the cinematic was not our hero. Not to mention a few of my Mio siblings. How much clearer can instructions be than do what you gotta do and don't get caught? The kid had promise, but more papilla than propriety. Brash is good, but brash and canny is better. As the current head of the families, I wanted to keep the others off balance, not start a war. It doesn't matter, he says. They don't understand dust any better than we do. They'll be back one by one to do business with us. New business. Galactic business. Measured in dust, not Sakan, which I guess must be the, coin currency of the... You know, what do you know? First was Oros Arakio herself, in a wheelchair but with eyes that glinted like harpoon tips. She pointed a limb toward the sky and said, "Up there. We're gonna go there, build there. No zoning laws, no building codes. Give me access." When she leaned forward, it was like she was ready to spear a fish. Let's get rich. The Mios, the Arakio, together. She left, and Arden and I had barely started discussing the possibilities when Irio Ferbarda strode in, worth 3 trillion Sakan, but looking like his clothes cost 10. Man, there's a lot of made-up frog people names in this story. No detritus. Here's the deal. Developing space means stations, ports, docks, factories. We know there's cheap labor out there, and no workplace safety hassles and whiny environmental regulators. The Omokar can develop the galaxy. You bring us in, we cut you in. Everybody wins. And late at night, sometime after their evening services to their whale gods, Jodan Kern Adelanselam arrived, ready to sell seawater to a squid. You know what you need, but I'll tell you anyway. Exploration, protection, freight, tourists. You need ships. Ships, you say? Well, who do I go to? Yeah, that's right. Lanselam. Us. Colonies and outposts mean trade, travel, ships. Let's do this thing. He pointed out the window. Boom. Arden and I were grinning at each other when he left, but for different reasons. So who do we work with, I mulled. Doesn't matter, he said. This is just the start of the game. We can pick and choose, but you know what the end game's gonna be. He leaned in. Expensive cologne. I wondered who else was paying him. Dust. It's all gonna come down to dust. Okay, so we gotta pick who we're working with here. What were the pitches? I can't remember who's who. The Arakio were like, let's go build stuff. These guys, the Omokar, Irio Ferbarda of the Omokar, want to also... It's all the same. It's all the same pitch. What's the missions? Assimilate one minor civilization. They want to develop some greenfield colonies far from the eyes of taxmen and regulators. These guys want to own construction in space, be present on at least 4 planets, counting our colonies apparently. These guys want to prospect across the galaxy for prime undeveloped real estate. They'll get business and you'll find markets. Discover at least 50% of the systems in this galaxy. Is the word galaxy being used here in a way that I don't understand? Because I would have thought galaxy would be the whole map, but this seems like it would take a much, much longer time to do than either of these other two. This one just straight gives us dust, which is probably the least valuable reward in the long run, but would really be nice right now. Yeah, let's do it. Omokar. Oh, there was more text there. I should probably read that so I understand the plot. Nope, never mind. Not a lot of text. Alright, we can do that. Be present on 4... It's 4 planets, not 4 systems, too. So Othero has a second habitable planet. Also, man, our ships are fast. I got, like, all the way across the galaxy real quick. Alright, we have 3 probes? Yeah, well, let's start with this world. Okay, dark glitter and titanium, both useful. And then, is there a ruin-type anomaly somewhere here? Because I'd kind of like to just find a cache of dust. Okay. Ruins have a high chance to be anomalies. Subterranean generally tends to be anomalies. So I guess none of these have a super high chance of being loot, huh? Well, let's search the ruins. We've discovered dust. Ooh, I like that a lot. That's a very good anomaly. And a destructive salvager, which is a particularly valuable piece of equipment for people like us. Alright. Looks like these guys don't have any curiosities for us to hit. Yeah. Well, which way do I want you to go? Probably past this. Yeah, our ships have 6 move by default. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's start with the science tech. This will be real valuable once he gets reassigned. Hopefully it will be soon. Okay, we have our 150 dust now, so we can... Alright, so this will be planets 2 and 3. We just gotta find one more habitable system. And, I suppose, the dust necessary to inhabit it. We could get a little bit lucky with our probes, too. So what do we have left? Life forms and subterranean. There's an atmospheric one that we're intentionally not going to search yet. And we found some blue cap mold. Okay. Blue cap mold is plus science, I think? As a, when used for system development. Alright, so colony ships are landing. We should actually, yeah, be getting this a little bit faster than predicted. Oh, hey, look, it's another player. And maybe even a player who's inclined to peace. Maybe. That is a settling ship. Okay, I don't care for that. We can steal food from his outpost. This is definitely my system. I'm gonna need you to buzz off. Okay. Let's prevent his colony ships from landing, or his food ships from landing.
Your actions will only make the war more painful.
End the blockade. No. You end the blockade. Yeah, he doesn't have a smart answer for that, does he? He's gonna kill us all. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried at all. But listen, we gotta stake our claim here. We could sell him the outpost, I guess, but I need this. I need this system. It has 2 worlds I can inhabit. We need probes. We need probes. I guess it doesn't really matter which one I do next. Well, again, I don't want to search the atmospheric curiosity just yet. What was in there? Okay, better guns. You know, never a better time to find free weapons than when you might be going to war. And at this point, I'm okay praising these dudes. Alright. So we have to keep an eye on this to make sure nothing crazy happens. But with my food ships being able to land and his not being able to land, I can't imagine he pulls this off. Alright, these dudes are now cordial with us, which is great because it means bonus dust. And, I mean, that's actually a pretty fair amount of science for this point in the game. Alright, we may as well hit these curiosities with this ship. Again, just kind of hoping to get lucky with some money. We've discovered the Garden of Eden. Wow! That is a nice anomaly. +1 population slot, too. That's really good. What kind of world is this? A savanna. Okay. This system is great. We gotta learn how to inhabit desert and savanna worlds. I found some dark glitter. And vision range for our scout fleet. Cool, I guess. Not really a big deal. Oh, hey, I researched a thing that made me able to inhabit a world. So that's World 4 right there. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Now we just have to prevent this guy from going nuts on us and killing us. Because I'd much rather have him as a trade partner than an enemy.
Will only make the war more painful.
Alright, alright. I guess we'll do a small amount of early war. We don't have actual titanium access, and I'm not inhabiting the world... Oh, no, I am. I am inhabiting a world with a titanium thing. It's not a great one. Is there any way that I could talk him out of this war? He's still tiny, so he may not have the ability to really fight us. Well, come on, the smartest play would be to work together, don't you think? If we offered him some... Okay, we could get peace. If we just had a little bit more influence. How am I going to get more influence? How do you get more influence at this point in the game? Because I don't really have access to a lot of the things that do that. Huh. There's no law that increases influence gain. Well, I mean, aside from that one, but we'd have to be at peace already for that to work. The Spin Project, that could help. Colonize Barren. Actually, where's Savannah and Desert? It helps if you don't add punctuation. Also, what is wrong with my spelling right now? That's on baryonic shielding? Okay, that's a great tech. So that's something we were going to get anyway. And Desert is past that, over to here. Which is a tech we want anyway, because Endless Secrets is a good bonus. Okay, so we really want to clear out this tree pretty quickly. That said, might be time to pick up some weapons? I don't really want to. It's going to derail my actual plans. It'd be so much easier if I didn't have to worry about this bullshit. I'd be the first to have 8 planets colonized. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's be safe. This probably needs to be above that. Oh yeah, and I need to keep exploring these curiosities. Okay, so we just get his outpost. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool, because that means we're getting a ton of titanium income now. Alright, science and food. That's fine. And we also found some Eden incense. I mean, he shouted at us, but, like, I don't think he has any ships yet. Maybe efficient shielding isn't necessary. It's probably better to have, though. It's, you know, it's a measure of safety. After we get efficient shielding and are able to build fighters, we'll see about getting back on track. And thankfully, our minor faction is doing a great job of shoring up our manpower. Okay, more sources of blue cap mold. Not bad. I think at this point we can probably go ahead and pop this guy out onto a world. So what's our empire-wide science right now? 85. He's going to increase our science output by 50%. That's fantastic. And I think he probably goes to the capital. He doesn't provide any particular, like, defensive benefits. Yeah. Go to the capital. Help us get stuff done. These guys are cool, though. I dig the opening. These are some interesting mechanics. Alright, so our approval per turn has run out with those guys, but I'm kind of hoping that I find another... Actually, you know what? Go this way. Kind of hoping that I find another habitable world over here. Okay, guess not. So, given that I don't have a really immediate use for dust, I'd probably just bribe one of the minor factions again, right? The old bribe wore off on these guys, so a new one will be nice and cheap. Yeah, let's just keep the influence rolling in. It doesn't have to come fast. And maybe he'll have time to cool down before an actual war starts, because, like, I don't want to fight him. That seems like a waste of my time. What I do want is the ability to buy stuff out with dust. And the intergalactic supermarket also would be really nice to have right now. Okay. What, we need like 140 to pursue some kind of peace deal?
You're messing with the smart ones.
No, more than that. Like 200. Okay. But I mean, it'll be worth it almost right away. Okay, we are now cordial with these dudes. They are providing us with some dust and science. Here we go. Backtrack the path of heroes by exploring 5 atmospheric curiosities. This is what I was waiting for. Let's go ahead and explore that atmospheric curiosity and contribute to the quest. We did it! But we discovered that it has lots of moves. Cool. This is a good system. And then I guess there's really no reason for you to stick around. We could shoot some probes off this way. If we find worlds over here, we could settle, or we could buy them as colonies and then sell them to the Sophons. I bet the Sophons would really like that, actually. Let's hang out. Ooh. Never mind, I know what my dust is going toward. A large colonizable Mediterranean world. 393. Alright. I mean, if we found another one that we could settle, or that we could colonize and then we sold the colony, I'm sure we'd make a profit. And then that would finance the settling on Lores. So, that's actually probably fine. We do not get the deed. The academy has been discovered. Where your efforts failed, another was successful. So somebody actually found the academy, which derails the quest. That's fine. Well, I'm certainly not going to win this battle. I could survive it, though, and then drop some probes. I think that's probably the thing to do. So he's most effective at short range, or least effective at short range. I'm most effective. And hull plating is the defense of the day. So let's turtle. Yep, good enough to let me get a little exploration done. How many probes do I have up right now? All 3 of them? Fantastic. Okay, blue cap, Hyperium, and a dense atmosphere. And 50 science, pretty good. Yeah, not bad. That was worth the loss of the acquisition venture ship. Do you have your probe back? Let's just fire across like this and see if we get lucky. Astrofinance. Astrofinance has got to be right. Then we'll have access to our first system development. We're actually pulling in the blue cap. No, we're not. It's in our system, but I don't have it on my world. Yeah, I need this Tundra world first. Here we're pulling in Dark Glitter. And Blue Cap. Okay. What's Dark Glitter? Which one is that? Oh, it's irrelevant. It's a bad one. It's one I don't care for. Yeah. I mean, retreating is death, so is this. Oh well. You did a good job scouting. We appreciate that. So here's the question. Do I wait until I see if there's a sensible world to purchase? Or do I just colonize this now? I'm gonna wait a turn or two. Maybe that's silly. But also maybe not. Actually, I'm about to make some amount of money, aren't I? Yeah, when this world gets colonized, I'll get 300 dust. So you know what? Let's go ahead and set up the colony. The world has pretty good food, which is important because we're not going to be getting any deliveries through. So I'm not going to bother doing this because all of our delivery ships are going to get eaten up by the miners. Alright, trade companies. Only 10 turns. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get this, then we'll go and, get the ability to colonize those other worlds and stuff. I want to make sure we get our trade companies up fast. So I want to stay pacifist and scientist, I guess? I don't actually know what the benefits of being religious are. The ecology lets you colonize any world. This gives you... Oh, this gives you... Industrialist gives you dust back when you finish building stuff. Maybe that's a good way to go. Let's put some weight behind that. I don't think it'll be enough to overcome the scientists, though. But that would actually be pretty good. Oh no, what am I thinking? The thing that I'm thinking of, the industrialist thing, is the automatic law that they give you. So it wouldn't even be available with them as the second party. Okay. Nope, not a place we can buy an outpost. Alright. These minor civilization rubes look like they've never seen civilization before. They're happy to have a steady job, and we're happy to help them spend their paychecks. It's a win-win, but there are more opportunities out there. Some dissidents started organizing the minor civilization workers. That's a low blow. It's going to take some payoffs to get things moving again. Reach 150 dust per turn to get an improvement that gives plus 30% dust on your home system. Oh, you can build it on any home system, including minor civs home systems. That's pretty cool. So get to 150 dust per turn? That shouldn't be too hard, right? We don't have the systems that have luxury deposits. But let's finish the colony. Hold on. We'll make decisions next turn. We are not losing industry right now. That event, I don't know. If that came later in the game, it would be maybe a little bit more interesting. But as it is, like you just can't ever afford to lose industry at this point in the game. Okay, so these guys are completely blocking us in until we discover wormholes at the very least. That's a bummer. So we're at 65% content. This would probably push us over into happy. This is really not a lot of extra dust, considering the amount of time it takes to build it. I think I'll just start working on this for now. Actually, this is... that's worthwhile. So +1 per citizen, and then another on sterile worlds. Unfortunately, none of the worlds we have are sterile. But +1 dust per citizen is still... it's not bad when it only takes like a turn or two to build it. It's a little bit less fun when it takes 6 turns to build it. Yeah, we gotta get some more construction tech available. Fortunately, that's in the economy sector, mostly. Okay, a free Haroshin, that's cool. I always like having more workers. That's interesting. I wonder what's going on over here. Well, I should probably push these guys, now that I have a little bit of money. Let's really lean into it. Because obviously we want to take their systems.
Careful.
Okay.
You're messing with the smart ones.
Come on. Don't be that way. We want to be friends. Ooh. Not good enough anymore. That deal worked before, didn't it? Let's try some luxuries, maybe? I don't intend to use the dark glitter, so I have very little value for it. Then we'll give you some dust, I guess? Oh wow, it's like all my dust, though. Can we cut it down? I'm trying not to use up all of my influence just yet.
Just as well. We don't
Okay.
want to deal with you anyway.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just give them all the
Name
dust.
is it now?
Fine. Okay, good. So we should just have plus 15% to all of our resources now? I mean, that's gotta be worthwhile. Yeah, this is definitely plus 10 where it was plus 9 before.
A smart decision. We figured you were up to it.
Alright. And we ended up not having to engage in a costly war at all. See if we can find some systems in this other little constellation. Alright, so our opening this game was not nearly as powerful as our opening last game. Ah, pirate ships.
How's it going? Good to see you making some...
You know what, we are going to have to build some, oh, more free population. Okay. We are probably going to have to build a couple of warships just to clear out the Reavers. It's not a bad thing to have on hand, anyway. Hey, I wanted that system, damn it. I was too slow on the research. Too concerned with my money. Alright, well, we'll take over this little constellation, or at least this arm of this constellation, hopefully. Oh. Really? Interesting. The Sophons had managed to get ahead of us on these guys somehow. Well, we know who's in charge now. Okay, and we're amicable with both of them, which is a good bit better as far as output goes. Let's bribe them. How's this going? 250. Ouch. I had just kind of assumed that it would be 150 like the last one. Is it worth it? Takes 6 turns off of colonization time? It's a lot of money. Yeah, it's worth it. Need as many worlds up and running as possible. Okay, so the mind control device. We can destroy it to get plus 10 approval on one of our systems, or confiscate it to not get anything, really. So I'll take the one that is something rather than nothing. Okay, we have a reasonably good ability to build things now in this system. Fertile planets, so lots of dust. And they're ecstatic for some reason. Could not tell you why. What do we got here? Lava, lava, savanna. We're at peace with him, so we probably can't interfere with his ships. Yeah, I hate that. We might have to end up going to war with this dude. For now, I think that the benefit from our pacifist policies is probably pretty good, but not entirely. I'm not overjoyed about our start. Things could be better. That's fine. If you can only win when you get a good start, are you even really good at the game? Okay, trade companies. Online immediately. So, I mean, a trade company running from Kurha to Othero is not, like, incredibly powerful. But it's not horrible either. Alright, so we can set up our first system development and have it just be plus science. It's not a bad thing. We're going to need science. Why don't I throw that on our, throw that on these systems real quick. Oh, I actually need more... Oh, it takes 40. Okay, a couple of turns until it's available on Othero. And now that we have this, we probably want to veer off and grab baryonic shielding. Give me a little bit more explorability. It'll let me colonize Veni. And it gives me access to a... What is this? 631. Oh, that's not the right world. It's this one. Okay. 631. We got some good dust coming in now. Okay, both of our colonized worlds here have luxury deposits. This feels a lot better in this system than it did in the other one. I'll head over there so we can explore. And do I want to just go ahead and finish getting stuff now? Finish getting through here now? I think so, probably. This will show me the next level of luxuries as well, so there's value in that. Actually, do I want to build the trade company HQ in Kurha? Given that Othero has less to do. Yeah, why don't we reverse this? 13 turns this way? Yeah, that makes more sense. It's not really going to end up mattering. There's going to be colonies, or there's going to be headquarters and subsidiaries everywhere, so... Alright, we can start the colony. Now, can this outpost actually receive assistance from the home base? Probably not, right? Oh no, ships are coming from Othero. Okay. I thought that the gap might be a problem. Guess not. I like how quickly you can spread out with these guys. This is cool. So, you'll be assistable soon. You're getting there. I keep forgetting to, you know, like, set up the science. Alright, 3 turns. Our science output's not that bad. The blue cap mold definitely helps a lot. Make sure we get that done. Okay, what do you guys want? For centuries, the nearest have gazed at the heavens and wondered what mysteries their nearest star systems held. Did these worlds hold stunning natural wonders, riches beyond their wildest dreams, and weird and wonderful alien life? Or were they simply dead worlds filled with the dusty tombs of long-gone civilizations and dormant monsters that should never be disturbed? The question still tightly grips the nearest imagination today. In fact, one of the biggest schisms in their society is concerned with the question of what exactly resides in their own constellation. Some caution reticence, afraid of what demons they might unleash, while others agitate to learn more about their corner of the cosmos. Deadlocked, the nearest are paralyzed. Perhaps you can help? Search curiosities until they feel content that the mysteries of the galaxy are not all that harmful. Okay. Well, we're on our way to search a bunch of new curiosities right now. So hopefully that'll get that done. And we have enough dust to do this. I could try to race these guys. 9? They have 9 turns to get their thing finished. And we can't even start a colony until 875. There's no way. If I had bought this instead of buying Veni, though... Yeah. Yeah, I think that I screwed up there. What do you guys want? The soldiers died long ago, but their sacrifice is not forgotten. 2 centuries past, the Tikanon were visited by a starfaring race. Descending an elegant craft possessed of powers indistinguishable from magic, the alien beings stepped onto the Tikanon homeworld. Though communication was difficult, the visitors explained very calmly what they wanted of the Tikanon. 200 soldiers destined to battle on a distant, toxic world far from their loved ones, and die a certain but honorable death. It is necessary, was all the visitors offered by word of explanation. Generations later, with your help, the Tikanon are finally able to visit the fields of war. With titanium protective suits, a Tikanon party will be able to visit the battlefield where their ancestors fell. Really, that's it? Search a curiosity on a system that I am about to own. It requires Curiosity Expedition Power 2, which we're about to have. Okay, wow, that's a really easy one. Neat. You're almost there. I think we could have gotten Beertus. I think I screwed up. Well, it's good. Screwing up in that way is the kind of thing that makes you not do that again in the future. Alright, we're already on plus 273. We're getting there, man. The income is coming along. So... Required Curiosity Power 3. Did I? Hold on. We should have Curiosity Expedition Power 3. Oh, does it specifically say it has to be a fleet? No. And I certainly have the titanium. It doesn't say it has to be a fleet, but maybe it still does have to be a fleet. Wouldn't be the end of the world for us to produce a caravel somewhere, right? Yeah, go ahead and get this done. I want control over these systems. I am not willing to wait. Okay, now that we have that, we can go back to economy work for a while, right? Impactless sites would allow us the Workers' Campus. That's a pretty good building. We could get marketplace access for these 2 techs. That's pretty good. Predictive logistics actually is really powerful. So we don't have a lot of ways of improving the industry output of planets at this moment. So let's do that. Alright, let's search curiosities until these guys feel safe. Alright. Potatoes. But you know, space potatoes. Metallic waters. They make you work hard. Not that fun to drink. Ooh. Okay, one of the planets in the system is fake. The whole thing's a hologram. Let's discover a technology. I'll pay 10 science per turn for 10 turns. I will pay 100 science for a random tech. That actually seems like a pretty good deal. Okay, and apparently that was not enough curiosities to satisfy those guys. There's not another curiosity in the system, right? No. Okay. So I guess we'll just move on. Alright, our science output is good enough that we're going to be able to move up this tree pretty quickly. Boy oh boy, do I not have a level 9 hero. I can hardly describe the degree to which I do not have a level 9 hero right now. I'm sad about it, but I'm sure we'll be okay. It would comfort me considerably for us to get these two systems basically for free. Come on.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Okay. Feel free to bring your science to the table. I have no ability to propose a science agreement. Hey, we discovered 60 dust. And also 100 dust. The Tikkanen dignitaries return to their homeworld somber and reflective. You can tell how much the visit means to them by the way they clasp your arm and the look in their eyes. You are sure they will be useful allies. So we have now assimilated them, and that gives us their faction trait as well, which is not an awesome one. Okay, plus 20 approval and plus 10% dust output for 15 turns. Hey, do you like free stuff? It turns out I do. I do like free stuff very much. Okay, now that we have the ability to search more curiosities, unfortunately not a lot of new curiosities have revealed themselves. But we can maybe go to Bertus, search curiosities there. Hopefully that'll be good enough for these guys. Really, they'd only managed to get to 2 population points since the beginning of the game. Alright, well. You know, we got to take what we can get here. Alright, we're about to finish that thing, which will push that system to 120 probably. Or 150, rather. And hey, it's another guy. Ooh. And Auriga. This garden planet was used as a biological laboratory by the Concrete Endless, with myriad experiments run on both native and alien life forms. A site of major conflict during the Dust Wars, the environment degraded and the surface of the planet was eventually covered in ice. While there are rumors and expeditions that claim to have uncovered miraculous ruins and the vestiges of great empires, today Auriga is an icy tomb. Well, that's a bummer, man. It's also a bummer that we got here late and didn't get to colonize it, because I want this real bad. The Husk of Knowledge. Auriga housed the greatest site for the study of xenobiology ever created by the genius of the Endless. A towering achievement of industry and science. The surface and crust of the planet were a warren of laboratories, biospheres, and research centers. When the bombs fell during the Dust Wars, this enormous installation became the greatest expanse of ruins and store of lost knowledge in the known galaxy. Should the laboratories ever be repaired and the data recovered, the scientific benefit would be unimaginable. Man, that's cool. Oh, and look at it, it gives off so much resource, man. That's dope. If you are unfamiliar with the other Endless games and you're not sure why I'm so excited about this random planet, go and... You know what? Steam sale's on right now. Go buy Endless Legend. Endless Legend is amazing, and you will learn many things. Right, events ending.
In the name of the heart
These guys like peace,
and
right?
of harmony, the unfallen greet you.
I think that you and I could be the best of
The
friends, Mr. Tree
unfallen
Guy.
greet you in the hopes that your goal is greater harmony.
It is. It's greater harmony all the time, forever.
Unfallen accept this proposal.
Awesome. I love people who are predisposed to peace. That's my favorite people. Alright, Yelchin, finally, level 3. Or 3rd level up, level 4. Yeah, get food and industry. We're going to need people, and we're going to need those people to work harder, preferably for no extra pay. Because you know how we do. Which is to say that we are bad people, basically. Alright, one more tech to move up to this level, where we can... It says Reliable networks gives +2 subsidiaries on Empire and also +1 on Empire. You know, 1 extra on Empire. This allows us to inhabit gas planets. Actually, we need that, don't we? Don't we have some gas planets? No, this is cold stuff. Maybe not. Oh, there's 2 gas planets here. One of these would be really nice. Actually, both of these would be really nice to have. Yeah, sure. Extreme atmospherics. Yeah, that's really cool that you can find Auriga, and very sad that it's now just completely frozen. Although, you know, not surprising. Okay, we did it. So we definitely got to build these anywhere we can. It's not a pretty scene. Expansion is going nicely, but we need to make sure there are no more political hiccups. That'll be the next job for the kid, Arden. I was filtering the reports, and the reports were good. Sales were up, Mios clans and affiliates were both happy with the business, and all the regulatory inspectors were 3 jumps behind when it came to keeping up. Still, Arden looked like somebody had sugared his cod. Wow, that's a hell of a phrase. Nobody gets it. This is just the same old stuff. Old chum in new packaging. That's not the big opportunity. You know what is? He opened his mouth to say it, but I beat him to it. Dust, sure. But right now it's good as a currency standard, and I don't want to get crazy about it. When the opportunity comes, we'll move. But I'm not going to kill the sweet deals we have going for something risky. Something that might cause bad blood. He was fuming, pacing, just a fish who wanted to swim with the sharks before his teeth were even formed. Right now we have 2 things going. The Mios and Lancelum are allying to grow the trade routes, capture resources, and expand our markets. The Omokar and Lancelum are going full exploitation. Real estate, commercial buildings, entertainment complexes. And we can go with either one as soon as we solve our problem. He leaned in. He didn't like that word either. See, the politicos and paper pushers are screaming for attention. New laws, restrictions, inspections, all the stuff we wanted to leave behind. It isn't fun, but it's critical as oxygen. Regulations, politics, influence. I gave him a list of names, addresses, vulnerabilities, secrets, and lobbyists, and told him to get to work. He was about to go digging in the smelliest parts of the Lumeris bilges. Okay, so do we want to be industry-friendly, reaching 20% industrialist in 2 systems to get... Okay, to get access to a law that gives plus 25% industry when ecstatic, that is not bad. Or reach 20% ecologists to get plus 15 approval per company headquarters. That's not as good. That's not as good of a law. Let's go for this one. I think we can do this. We're gonna be picking up and building a lot of industrialist stuff soon, so. The Omokar and the Arakio see the galaxy as planets, not routes. Routes? Whatever. Help them gain political influence so they can minimize labor and workplace safety problems and exploit the galaxy more efficiently. Many of us would interpret labor and workplace safety problems as problems, you know, with workplace safety. These guys are interpreting it a little bit differently, I think. Problems with people complaining about workplace safety. Okay, so we've got our intergalactic supermarket. We should build the Black Tax Authority everywhere we can. Then get some of this going. And building these will help us with that industrialist thing. Apparently there was an anomaly here that I did not search, or a curiosity rather. Well, it may end up being wise to go back. We'll see. How long until we have Venny? 5 turns? Okay. We have a lot of dust, but unfortunately it really does take a lot of dust to buy stuff out. Anything that's worth having anyway. And we can rush this. This is important. Need a little bit more time for these. Actually, yeah, we can catch this world up pretty quickly, can't we? None of our worlds have anomaly. Or no, sorry, Vorse totally has anomalies. Yeah, that's fine then. Yeah, I guess we'll build this. Do I want this more? You know what I want more? Predictive logistics. That's way more important. Okay, Wentho is searchable. Okay. Yeah, this system could be good for us. So now that I know that we cannot be... Ooh. I was going to say, now that I know that we can't be blockaded unless we're in actual war with somebody, it might be okay to not build adjacent, not build contiguous. We could really bottle up green. It could hurt them a lot if we took away from them. I was thinking about Wentho, but maybe Wentho can wait. We can just surround green and starve him out. Man, how long is this going to take? Well, we could go back to IMAX and search it. I mean, I think I'm going to keep looking for systems that are a little bit newer, a little bit less explored. If I wanted to steal Wei, what would it cost me? 1253. It's not a great world. It'll take a long time for that to get finished, because there's so little food. It might be worth it, though. It might be really good, actually. I don't remember what the ecologist laws are. Oh, I don't have to. Thank you, game. So plus 30% food per anomalies on colonized planets. And this is all we would have access to right now. Eventually you can end up with a lot of industry, a lot of approval. So with the ecologist thing, you also want to get a lot of different types of population. Scientists could give us movement points. That's pretty good. Industrialists would give us more strategics, better ships. That's pretty good. But I think that the scientist laws are a little bit more helpful for us. We certainly don't want militarists in power. Does me giving this my official support actually increase the amount that it's loved on the systems itself, or does it just affect the outcome of the election? Because I really would like it if we got that quest finished, but I don't particularly want these guys in power because their laws are no good. Let's try to level up our science party. We're not really that close on the industrialist thing anyway. Okay. At some point we'll get that quest finished for free without doing anything, and that'll be great. And I'm not going to think about it again until that moment. So this, you want the worlds to be sterile, right? Yeah. For this you want them to be cold, for this you want them to be hot. These worlds are not good at anything. Well, okay, let's not worry about it. Let's not worry about it then. How much dust do I have? 1204. So I need one more turn before I could purchase a place on Wei. Okay, here we go. Here's something I can drop some probes on. Okay, finally. And that means I can put down the colony on Wei right now. Or the outpost, anyway. So, there are ruins in this system. Let's investigate them. -5 science per system is a little bit of a bummer, but I have an 80% chance to discover something. Maybe something cool. Alright, we got these guys. We also found the Team Spirit battle tactic. And... ooh. Interesting. Another nice bullet weapon. Yeah, see, now, even now, After I feel like I've been doing quite a bit of exploration. We're only at 20% of the galaxy. That quest that wants you to explore 50% of the galaxy, I almost wonder if that's a typo. Because that's like a really strange request. Given the, what do you call it? Given how early you get that quest. 1638 now. What happened? Oh, we picked up another system this turn. That's what happened. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, keep building stuff. We have access to a second level of system upgrades, but we shouldn't use it yet, I think. I think we probably don't want to do this until we actually have good luxuries. It looks to me like we kind of got a bad roll on the mid-tier strategic resources, which is a shame. We'll get adamantium from Veni a little bit, but Birtus is the only real source of antimatter that we can see. Well, let's go ahead and pick up crust engineering. Geo-industrial plants is a pretty good specialization. Yeah, we'll come back for other stuff later. I don't know, I think things are going okay. It's kind of hard for me to tell, honestly. Okay, some extra beam weapons. We've got a lot of military tech for people who have never invested in military tech. I accept.
Continued friendship with you brings peace.
Okay, they want to trade. I like it. So, I'm not sure if that actually does anything, because there's no direct route from any of our stuff to any of their stuff. Unless they have wormhole access to our star system and I don't know about it yet. Which is entirely possible, because I don't have any idea where the wormholes are. Okay, well I no longer need to do this for quest purposes, but we still could get some stuff. Yeah, like that. Life forms? We discovered a anthoid, rather. Ooh. As your fleet's second leverage venture orbits the system, wow, that is a horrible name for a fleet, a strange blip appears on the radar. Your crew watches in amazement as an ancient passenger ship of some bipedal species origin passes right across the sensors. Further scanning reveals that it's an antiquated generation ship, a sublight craft inhabited only by cryogenically preserved pioneers. I mean, the affairs of primitive people who can't travel faster than light are none of your concern. I think we should check this out, man. Alright, you may be able to follow alongside and gain access to the generation ship's onboard computers. It's none of your business, but since everyone on board is asleep, perhaps a tiny peek wouldn't hurt. Yeah, we're interfering. Absolutely we are. My natural curiosity will not allow me not to. Oh, and we were the first to search 10 curiosities. I can't believe that hadn't been gotten yet on turn 42. That's nuts. So what's left? There's a subterranean curiosity and a subterranean curiosity. So both of these are likely to just be resources for the planet, but I guess we can skim a little off the top. A little bit of void stone. That's fine. So my fleet can't move for a couple of turns, but we're going to learn something neat. Oh, and this turn I could have bought into the worlds here. Well, we'll definitely try to take this. The world itself is going to be weak and crummy. Ugh. It's very expensive for very little gain. I mean, we have to do it, though. We gotta get that world faster. Okay, so you're still searching out. If we could bottle up green, I think that would be very much to our benefit. And hey, look at that. Stuff's getting done. Okay, we definitely want to accelerate this a little bit with some dust. I probably don't want to throw the level 2 modernization here. Let's put it in a place where we have some more people, huh? Let's do it in Lysath. Oh no, I already did Lissoth. Lors, I guess. Or Jovanis. Actually, Jovanis makes sense. Yeah, and then we got to build our subsidiary. I was going to build it in Kurha, but I guess that doesn't really make sense. It should probably be in Lors. Unfortunately, Lors is really bad at building stuff. Gonna take 9 turns. Well, my thinking was you just want to drag it across as many luxuries as possible, it seems like. Alright, we'll do this, and then we'll accelerate it with dust. As soon as we can. So we'll generate a lot of blue cap mold this way, which we will sell, and hopefully be able to get some cool stuff done with. Oh. That's the end. Okay. Well. I'm gonna have him head back here, and then I'm gonna probe this interior space and figure out where these star lanes go. Oh hey, we did it. I didn't mean to do it, but we did it. The kid is dealing pretty well with the Omakar and the Arakio. His returning stolen funds might have helped, but he also pitched a pretty good story about performance-enhancing ingestibles, most of which grow on Mios farms. Or, as he puts it, farms from farms. That's not very clever. So what we need next is clear. The more laws we can get passed, the more amendments and riders we can slide in there to protect our business. Reach 2 active industrialist laws. Okay. 20% less approval required for government changes. I don't particularly love that. I guess, do we have... Maybe it would be good for us to change our government. I like this laws provide better effects thing a lot, though. It is true that having this few law slots is kind of a bummer. So in order for us to reach 2 active industrialist laws, we need to push hard for the industrialists to win the next couple of elections. And we either have to get them into the leading part of the Senate, which I don't want, I think, because I really like right thing rule. Or we have to open up another law slot, either by changing government or by reaching the next tier of this would give us another law slot. Yeah. So you have to do that. Adaptive bureaucracies is not a bad play. Dinarch University is a pretty good thing. Xenology is not bad either. Being able to get more heroes is always good. Actually, let's do that. I want to be able to get new heroes. You can keep probing, I guess. You're not going anywhere anyway. Okay, we found a technology. What technology did we find? Eukaryotic sap. Okay. That one is fine. Not exciting. It has given us the ability to colonize snow planets. So that's something, I guess. Was this unwise? I don't know. It's possible that the very low amount of food there makes that a bad play. Alright, so it's going to be a few turns before we're ready to rush this. Well, I just looked at the time, so I guess that's going to be it for this episode. It's turn 44. We're doing okay. We're working on colony number 7. Number 8 could be over here. We really gotta try to, You know what we really need is wormholes. We need to know where the wormholes are so that we can use them for trade. Yeah, alright. Well, we have a thing going, we have a strategy here. I'm not convinced that this is a particularly powerful start, but I also don't think it's a terrible one. So, come back next time. We're gonna see if we can maybe turn this sprawling group of colonies into an actual empire, and maybe make a little money. And we'll see you then.